Attorney Jewett, thanks for meeting with me today.
Well, thanks for coming.
I know you have a pretty busy schedule, so I'll get right to the point. I know Rudy's been his foster home for the last 2 years. As an agency, we're moving in a different direction, looking at more of a permanent plan for him, what it's going to take for him, who he defines as family, and who his supports are, and who he wants to be involved in that. So I wanted to make sure that it's a collaborative process and that you're involved in that. He's identified you as someone that he would want to be a part of the process. He's identified Bob and Betty and his Aunt Harry and his cousin Joe as part of his team. So I wanted to come and talk to you about it and get your thoughts about being involved in this process with him.
Well, thank you. Thank you for coming and explaining all of this. Mm-hmm. I understand he's doing quite well in Bob and Betty's home.
Yes, he is, yeah.
And involving Aunt Harriet, you said his Aunt Harriet, I know he was with her for some time, but I do know the state has some protective concerns about Aunt Harriet too, so I'm somewhat concerned about re-involving her in his life. Okay. Don't want him to be disappointed again by her.
Well, I had an opportunity to meet with the state worker and the supervisor, and we talked about those concerns. And they felt like she could be involved in the team also, and we could address those concerns within the process. I mean, kids, if they want to connect with someone, they're going to do it, whether we allow it or not. So within this process, there'll be an opportunity for him to be able to reconnect. And another thing is that we're not talking about placement, we're just talking about planning. So we're not trying to move him from where he is, we're just talking about planning for his future and who he's going to be connected with in the long term.
Well, I understand the state may be comfortable with this, but I'd also like to speak with my client about this and see what he understands and how comfortable he is with all of this.
Yes, definitely. And I think what would be helpful is you being a part of this process and making sure that whatever concerns you have, you can also bring them in there in this team meeting that we're going to have.
Well, I need to be there. And there's a review coming up, and the court is going to want to know his plan.
Okay.
And we're under some guidelines too, the ASFA guidelines, so he has to be able to reach permanency quickly if this is going to happen.
You're right, those are all very important issues, and I'm very glad that you're going to be a part of this process because we have to collaborate to be able to make sure all those things happen. What I'll do is I'll be able to set up some other meetings before we have the large meeting, but what I'll do is I'll get some dates from you once we going towards that. So I'll call you and I'll get some dates so that you can be a part of that meeting.
Well, thank you. And I'm willing to be part of that meeting. I need to be part of that. I am his attorney.
Okay, thank you.